I'm here today just to give you a little bit about that first time home buying experience. With it, you've heard about appraisers, marketing, all that type of thing. I'm going to be talking about the insurance side of it. And I just want to give you a little bit about me. I'm a second generation agent, so my father was a State Farm agent. I've actually been here in Durham, North Carolina for 4 years as a State Farm agent. However, I've been with State Farm for 20 years, so I have a lot that I'm bringing to the table to help you during this process. If you want to go out and see a little bit more about me, you can go to my website, and that's www.Tracey, and that's Tracey, B.biz, and that's B-I-Z at the end. And you can also see it at the bottom of the page here. Going through the process, I first would like to talk about what replacement cost is. That's really what we're going to be focusing on when you're going through the whole insurance. You've talked about the appraised value, you've talked about the market value, what you actually paid for it. You've got your tax value, which all of these are different numbers. However, I'm concerned about replacement value. Replacement value, that's if, God forbid, something horrible happens to that home, lightning strikes, you just never know, home burns down. What would it take today for State Farm to replace your home back to the way it is today? That's replacement value. We have an actual tool that we use in here in the office, so it comes up with replacement value for us, and it could be more or less than your market value, more or less than the appraised value, tax value, any of those values. But this is what we use for the insurance aspect of it. So that's sort of the starting point. Once we get that figured out, we can go from there and talk about what is actually covered. This is what I go through with my first time home buyers. I love the illustrations. I'm a picture person on here, so it's always nice to go through and look at these. But it talks about the different perils. Peril being fire, lightning, could be wind, could be hail. There's so many different things that can happen to your home that you really don't think about. We have, in Durham, North Carolina, we have a lot of trees that fall on houses. That's a very, very common thing around here. So guess what? You're protected. You come with State Farm, we're going to make sure that you're covered properly and that you're going to be taken care of through all those experiences. Hopefully you won't have one, but if you do, you don't have to worry about it. Some other things that are covered: water. Water damage is a big one. There is an actual pipe behind the back of your washer. That busts all the time. That's our #1 water loss. And when it keeps running, it's going to flood your house and you'll end up with 2 or 3 inches. But that's a very common one. I personally have had that experience, matter of fact. I want to make sure that you're going to be covered if that does happen to you. Now, a few things that aren't covered. I was talking about water damage. Flood is one that is not covered. And after we had Katrina, a lot of people were coming to me, a lot of my clients, oh, flood, do I have flood? Do I have flood? No, flood is not covered, so that is excluded from your policy. If you are in a flood zone, again, your real estate agent, your lender, they'll let you know about that, and I can help you with flood insurance, but otherwise it's going to be excluded from your homeowner's policy through that. Let's see, some other coverages. Say you have a detached structure. Detached structure could be a garage that's separate, a shed, that's going to be covered under your policy. Say you're not able to live at your home because there was a bunch of smoke damage in there. You had a little kitchen fire and the whole house smoke, and so they're going to have to totally redo it. You also have living expenses, because guess what? What are you going to do while your home is being, put back to the way it was? So that's part of the policy. What about all your personal belongings? So all those things in your kitchen that you don't think of, all your clothes, your furniture, again, that's part of your, that's part of this policy for you. We have replacement cost on there. So say you had a 5-year-old couch. It's hard to find a 5-year-old couch if we're going to replace a 5-year-old couch. Me personally, I wouldn't want a 5-year-old couch. I would want a new couch. So that's replacement cost. You can get a brand new couch. So we want to make sure that that's covered for you. And let's see, there is a deductible. I want to talk a little bit about deductible. Sometimes this is difficult to understand. A lot of people may have experienced it with their auto insurance. However, on homeowners, It would apply to every loss that you have. So say that tree falls on your house and you have a $1,000 deductible. You're thinking, wow, that's a large deductible. Well, it's also saving you money because the average person has one loss every 28 years. So 28 years saving money, that's a nice savings. That's sort of the way I look at it. But that deductible, you're going to have to pay the first $1,000. So if the tree falls on your house and you had $5,000 worth of damage, you'd pay $1,000. State Farm would pay the other $4,000. And now the next time the tree falls on your house, maybe this was on the other side of the house, this time it did $10,000. Again, you would pay the first $1,000, State Farm will pay the next $9,000. So that's sort of how it works with a deductible. When you're thinking about insuring your home, you want to make sure, we've talked about actual perils, if something happens, perils, but there's also two other ways that you can actually lose your home if you think about it. Say you're disabled and you're not able to make that mortgage payment because guess what? You're not working right now. So that's another way you can actually possibly lose your home. Or, I hate to say it, but say there was a loss in your family. You know, a loved one dies. And that was part of your income that was coming in that you were counting on to again make that mortgage payment. These are two other concerns that you may want to consider as you're going through this first-time home buyer experience to make sure that you're covering so your home is protected. And I can actually help you with basically all three. So I can protect your home for those perils, I can protect your home for the disability, and also for the life insurance to help you through there. Now, some other things that we do here at State Farm, because I'm all about a one-shop type, you know, come in and just get it all here. We help you with your auto insurance, your home insurance, your life insurance, your health insurance. We have a State Farm bank, believe it or not. We have mutual funds here. We just have a whole slew of things. It's over 120 products that I can actually help you with besides just your home. So I'd love to have you come on board, anxious to meet you and help you through this first-time home buying experience. Thank you very much and good luck.